Hey, what's up y'all? I'm back with another video. I've been very sick recently, but I'm feeling better and will get back into making videos regularly soon. With the release of Plunderstorm, a lot of y'all are probably wondering, hey, what's the meta for this? Since gaming nowadays is more about optimizing rather than adapting. Well, fear not. That being said, I'm going to be showing y'all how you can win or at least place very high in an extremely convincing fashion without fail. Anyways, let's get right into the gameplay. My immediate plan was to get spells and start looking for players. I saw a blue chest, which was pretty lucky, but if you get unlucky with chests, it doesn't really matter since you're going to get most of the spells you want so long as you're taking fights. This dude kinda spawned in front of me, and I tried to kill him, but I'm unsuccessful as I didn't have any movement abilities to catch him with. I see this dude over here attacking these kobolds and figure, hey, he's a free kill, which he was. When it comes to abilities that you want, I recommend taking Searing Axe, Earthbreaker, Windstorm, and Fey Form. Searing Axe and Earthbreaker do a ton of damage and are pretty easy to connect in my opinion. Windstorm is probably the best CC utility since it moves incredibly fast and for a long distance, helping you essentially catch other players. Fey Form in my opinion is pretty much mandatory. It breaks CC, giving you damage reduction and increases your movement speed a ton, all on a cooldown that seems long but feels short when you're actually in the game. Honest to God, I wouldn't worry about taking any of the shields or defensive utility spells, as the real trick to winning is to essentially go full offense the entire game. It's pretty important to make sure that you're always killing things to get EXP, even in transitional phases when you're waiting for things to happen and waiting for people to kill. At this point, I'm looking for players to fight. I see a dude way off in the distance fighting some big mob, but figure that it's not really worth the time and effort to go out of my way to get him. Honestly, this kind of downtime that I'm doing right now isn't good or productive since I'm not gaining any experience or looting spells. I see a player in the corner of my eye and decide to engage him since he's probably got stuff I want. I use my 5 ability, whatever it was, and it does absolutely nothing like I expected, which is awesome. I decided not to chase since I probably see him later, and figured I could just get the jump on this unsuspecting gnome. So this poor guy deploys his traps, but because I'm in Fey Form, even though I activate them, I take no damage and I'm not CC'd because Fey Form makes me immune to the CC, so the damage I take is extremely negligible and it doesn't CC me, which again goes to show that Fey Form is the superior movement, defensive-esque utility spell. This guy tries to take my kill, but I end up cleaning both him and the gnome. I end up aggroing the giant gold monster thing while on low HP, so I decided to run into the horde camp to get EXP and recover while waiting for a new fight. I see a dude make the mistake of running up the tower. The mistake in question was being in the same lobby as me. So of course I go out of my way to try and fight him. I think that's important to know that level doesn't really matter as much as you might think in Plunderstorm. This dude is level 8, and I'm about to clean him up without taking much if any damage while 2 levels lower. In my opinion, don't be afraid to take any engagement so long as you have decent abilities and are confident enough in your personal skill to take the one-on-one. You'll probably win so long as you have a general idea on how to play video games. I mean, unless you're a paraplegic, then you might struggle with this game, but it's not that hard. I see a lot of fighting over where the gold monster was and decided to third party since I figured that if I cleaned up both, it would put me in a pretty good position to win the entire thing. I cleaned the first guy up pretty quickly, and after some fighting, I take out the other guy. I quickly run through their stuff to see if they have anything worthwhile, but I don't end up taking anything since I'm pretty much running full offense with my abilities and they have some defensive ones. This vulpera jumps me, acting as if he knows ball. Little does he know, I'm on X Games. And after keeping him locked in the storm and hitting him with my whirlwind thing, I send him back to the login screen. It's really funny how vulpera players think they know ball, when in reality, they don't. Ironic, isn't it? I spend the next bit here just trying to ensure that these two players are kind of stuck on the border of the storm, and after some engagement I decide it's not worth getting distracted, and that I should keep my focus on being in the center of the storm, since they'll have to make their way to me at the end of it anyways. I end up killing the vulpera in classic vulpera fashion, and get third partied by two other players. All I'm saying is that any other player would have folded in this situation, but not me. I'm different. I decide to run and conserve my abilities, and they both end up getting killed by the storm, which is pretty good for me, leaving me with one other player, who is level 6 and seems generally opposed to fighting, which is funny as hell since I'm kinda low on HP and he's got all his abilities over there. After some whiffs and running in circles, I eventually catch up to him and kill him, ending the game and securing another common dub for the guy. In conclusion, I think that going on offense is the key to a convincing win, if not a high placement. Players give like a metric ton of EXP and often have at the very least level 2 spells that you can upgrade or replace your own with. Early game, it's definitely good to drop somewhere with chests and high mob density such as the mine, as opposed to a corner of the map that would require long, transitionary phases where you're running from the storm right off the rip. Anyways guys, thanks for watching. I might post more Plunderstorm content depending on if I start feeling better and if I actually play the game mode. It's kind of fun, and it's extremely easy, at least in my opinion, but I can see it getting stale fast as, like I said, I'm not a big fan of the Battle Royale game mode. And seeing as winning only got me 2 renown levels, it looks like it's many hours of grinding if I even want to think about hitting the max renown. Anyways, as always, peace.